Hello everyone, and welcome back to SpeakCast English, your daily English listening practice podcast.
Today we're diving into the world of gym vocabulary. We're talking about sets, reps, and that classic question, is this equipment free? We're going to keep it simple, natural, and super useful for your next workout.
You know, Ava, I was just thinking about Alex's face in that moment. He was standing there, heart pounding, feeling like he'd just run a marathon before even starting his workout. And then the guy looked up, totally confused, and just said, "Are you serious?"
Oh, no. Are you serious? That sounds like a total disaster. What did Alex do to get that kind of reaction? My imagination is running wild.
It definitely felt like a disaster to Alex at the time, Ava. But don't worry, it's actually a story of overcoming a small, very relatable challenge. And by the end of it, you, and all our listeners, will learn some super useful English phrases for navigating the gym with confidence.
The gym. That's a place where I always feel a little bit linguistically challenged, if you know what I mean. There are so many specific terms, and sometimes it's hard to know how to ask for things politely. I am on the edge of my seat to hear what happened to Alex.
Well, Alex has been trying to get into a new routine lately, you know? He felt a bit sluggish, wanted to feel healthier, maybe even build a little muscle. So, he decided to take a big leap. He joined a gym.
Wow, that is a big step. Especially when you're also trying to build confidence in a new language. It's like a double challenge.
Exactly. He told me he walked in, and it was just a lot. The air was thick with the smell of sweat and cleaning products. There was loud, thumping music, machines whirring and clanking. People were grunting and lifting really heavy weights.
Oh, I can picture it. Sounds a bit intimidating, honestly. Like a whole new world with its own rules.
Very intimidating. Alex felt a bit out of place, like he didn't quite belong. He even considered just turning around and leaving. But he's a determined guy. He'd watched a bunch of YouTube videos, planned his workout down to the last representative. He was ready, or so he thought.
Good for him. Preparation is definitely key, especially when you're trying something new. It gives you a little boost of courage.
So, he started with the treadmill, no problem there. Just him and his headphones, getting warmed up. Then he moved to some dumbbells, doing his bicep curls. Everything was going smoothly. But then, his plan called for a specific machine.
Okay, the plot thickens. Which machine was it?
It was for his legs. He wanted to do some leg presses.
Ah, the leg press. A classic. So, he found it?
He spotted it across the room. It was a shiny, big machine, and it looked perfect for what he wanted to do. There was just one small problem.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what's coming.
Yeah, there was a guy sitting on it.
The universal gym dilemma. Is he using it? Is he just hanging out?
That's precisely what Alex was thinking. He walked a little closer, trying to look casual, like he was just passing by. But inside, his mind was racing. He really needed that machine to complete his planned workout.
Oh, I can totally imagine the internal debate. It's like the little voice in your head saying, should I ask? What if he's still using it? What if I interrupt him and he gets annoyed?
Exactly. He stood there for maybe a minute, then two. It felt like an eternity. He was pretending to look at other machines, but his eyes kept darting back to the leg press. The guy didn't move. Just sitting there, scrolling on his phone, completely oblivious.
So Alex had to make a move. He couldn't just stand there all day.
He knew he had to. He took a deep, shaky breath. He thought, okay, Alex, you can do this. It's just a simple question. Just ask. He felt his palms getting a little sweaty.
What did he plan to say? Did he rehearse it in his head?
He did. He thought, is this machine free? It seemed like the most direct, polite, and simple way to ask. He even practiced the pronunciation a couple of times under his breath.
That sounds perfectly reasonable to me. It's exactly what I would say.
So, he gathered all his courage. He walked right up to the machine, tapped the guy gently on the shoulder, not too hard, not too soft, and said, "Excuse me, is this machine free?"
And then? What happened next? My heart is pounding just imagining it.
The guy slowly, very slowly, looked up from his phone. He had these huge over-ear headphones on, blasting music, so he took one off. He looked at Alex, his expression completely blank at first. And then, he just said, "Are you serious?"
Oh no. That's the line you mentioned. Are you serious? Oh, Alex. What did he do? How did he react to that?
Alex's heart absolutely sank. He felt his face get hot, a deep blush creeping up his neck. He thought, oh no, I said something completely wrong. He thinks I'm stupid. I've made a huge mistake. I should just run away. He felt like disappearing.
Poor Alex. He was just trying to be polite and ask a simple question. That's the worst feeling, when you're trying to communicate in a new language and it just goes wrong, and you don't know why.
He mumbled, yes? I mean, are you finished? He felt like he was falling apart, his English suddenly abandoning him. He couldn't even form a proper sentence. He just wanted the ground to swallow him whole.
Oh, the awkwardness. I can practically feel it through the podcast. So, the guy just stared at him?
The guy stared at him for another second, a long, uncomfortable second. Alex was bracing himself for a lecture, or maybe even a laugh. But then, something unexpected happened. The guy chuckled. Just a small, quiet chuckle.
A chuckle? That's definitely better than anger, I guess. But still, probably confusing for Alex.
Much better. Alex was still confused, but a tiny spark of hope flickered. The guy then said, "Oh, I see. No, I'm just resting between sets. I've got 2 more to go."
Ah, resting between sets. That makes so much more sense. It's a specific gym phrase, isn't it? Alex probably just didn't know it.
Exactly. Alex felt a massive wave of relief wash over him. He wasn't stupid. He hadn't said anything wrong. He just didn't know that particular phrase, that specific gym etiquette. It was a language barrier, not a social blunder.
Right. It's not something you'd learn in a general English class. It's very contextual.
He quickly said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. My mistake. I'm new here." He was so relieved, he probably over-apologized a little.
That was good of him to apologize, though. It shows respect.
The guy smiled then, a genuine, friendly smile. He said, "No worries, man. Happens all the time. Everyone's new once. Hey, you can work in if you want."
Work in. What does that mean? I'm not sure I know that one either.
Alex was a bit confused too. He blinked and asked, "Work in?"
Good question, Alex. I'm glad he asked for clarification.
The guy explained, "Yeah, like, we can share it. You do your set, then I do mine. We take turns. It'll be quicker for both of us."
Oh, that's really nice of him. What a friendly gym goer. From total awkwardness to sharing a machine. That's a huge turnaround.
Alex was so relieved and grateful, he could barely believe it. He said, "Really? That would be great, thank you so much." He felt like he'd just won the lottery.
What a twist. So, he actually worked in with the guy?
He did. They shared the machine for the next few sets. It was a bit awkward at first, but then they fell into a rhythm. Alex would do his reps, then step off, and the guy would do his. They even exchanged a few nods and small smiles. It was a small, but very positive interaction.
That's fantastic. So, Alex didn't just learn a new phrase, he also had a positive social experience.
Exactly. Alex learned a new phrase, between sets, and a new concept, working in. And he also learned that most people at the gym are actually pretty friendly and understanding, not scary or judgmental.
That's such a great takeaway. It's so easy to assume everyone is judging you, especially when you're trying to speak a new language. But often, they're just focused on their own workout, or they're happy to help.
And they're usually happy to help if you're polite and show you're trying. Alex felt a huge boost in confidence after that, not just in his English, but in himself.
I can imagine. It's not just about knowing the words, it's about successfully navigating a social situation, overcoming that initial fear. That's a big victory.
Absolutely. He finished his workout feeling much better, even though he had to work up the courage to ask that initial question. That little interaction changed his whole gym experience.
Work up the courage. That's a perfect phrase for Alex's journey, and for anyone learning a new language, really.
It really is. He realized that even small interactions like this, where you face a little fear, can make you feel so much stronger and more capable. It's like lifting weights for your confidence.
And it helps you practice your English in real-life situations, which, as we always say, is the absolute best way to learn and improve.
Exactly. So, he went home that day, a bit tired from the workout, but feeling incredibly accomplished. He didn't just break a sweat, he broke through a language barrier and made a small connection.
That's a perfect way to put it. From an awkward start to a new gym friend, maybe. Who knows, maybe they'll become workout buddies.
You never know. It definitely made him feel more comfortable going back to the gym.
Wow, Andrew, that was such a great story. I can totally feel Alex's embarrassment, and then his immense relief. It's so relatable.
Right? It's those small moments, those little challenges we overcome, that really help us grow, both in language and in life.
Definitely. And you mentioned some really key phrases that are super useful. Let's break down 3 of them for our listeners, so they can use them too.
Sounds good, Ava. Let's get into it.
First, the phrase that started it all, the one that caused all the initial panic. Is this machine free?
Oh yes, the crucial question. The one that almost made Alex run for the hills.
So, when we say, is this machine free? We mean, is anyone currently using this machine, or can I use it? It's a polite and common way to ask if a piece of equipment, especially in a gym, is available for you to use.
It's just like asking, is this seat taken? On a bus or in a cafe. You're checking for availability.
Exactly. A good example sentence could be, before I started my workout, I saw the leg press was empty, but I wanted to be sure, so I asked the person nearby, excuse me, is this machine free?
So, for our Vietnamese learners, a common mistake might be translating free too literally, thinking it means no cost or for nothing. But in this context, it means available or not occupied. It's a very specific usage.
That's a great point. It's about availability, not price. It's important to remember that context.
Let's practice that. I'll say it slowly, then naturally. Listeners, repeat after us, trying to match our pronunciation and rhythm. Slowly, is this machine free?
Slowly, is this machine free?
Naturally, is this machine free?
Naturally, is this machine free? Great. Moving on to our second phrase, which was the key to Alex's relief. Resting between sets.
That's a very specific gym phrase, and a super important one if you want to understand what people are doing.
Yes. Between sets means during the short break you take in the middle of your exercise routine. You do one set of repetitions, for example, 10 push-ups. Then you rest between sets for a short period, maybe 30 seconds or a minute, before doing another set.
So, it's the pause, the recovery time, the moment you catch your breath and prepare for the next round of effort.
Exactly. It's a crucial part of many workouts. An example sentence. I usually rest for about 60 seconds between sets to catch my breath and let my muscles recover.
A common mistake for Vietnamese learners might be confusing sets with times or rounds in a general sense. Here, sets refers specifically to a group of repetitions of an exercise. It's a technical term in fitness.
It's a specific unit of exercise, like a package of reps.
Let's try shadowing this one. Slowly first, then naturally. Remember to really try and mimic our intonation. Slowly, resting. Between sets.
Slowly, resting. Between sets.
Naturally, resting between sets.
Naturally, resting between sets. And our third phrase, which really describes Alex's journey and is so applicable to learning English, is work up the courage.
That's a powerful one, and so true for so many situations.
It means to gradually gather enough bravery or confidence to do something difficult, scary, or intimidating. Alex definitely had to work up the courage to ask that question to the guy on the machine.
It's not instant courage, is it? It's a process, a buildup of mental strength. You don't just have courage, you work it up.
Right. It implies effort and a bit of internal struggle. For example, it took me a while to work up the courage to speak English in front of the whole class, but I'm glad I did.
That's a perfect example for our listeners. I'm sure many of them can relate to that feeling. A common mistake for Vietnamese learners could be using a more direct translation for gather courage, which might sound a bit unnatural. Work up the courage is a very common and natural idiom in English.
It sounds very natural and expresses that effort perfectly. Let's practice this one.
Slowly work up the courage.
Slowly work up the courage.
Naturally work up the courage.
Naturally work up the courage.
Excellent, Ava. Those are 3 incredibly useful phrases, especially if you're hitting the gym or just trying to navigate new social situations in English. They'll definitely help you feel more confident.
And Alex's story reminds us that it's totally okay to feel a little awkward or make a small mistake. Everyone starts somewhere, and those small challenges are actually opportunities to learn and grow, making us stronger in the long run.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to make a small mistake. It's not a failure, it's part of the learning process, a stepping stone to fluency. Embrace those moments.
So, for our comment challenge today, we want to hear from you. Tell us, what's something you had to work up the courage to do recently? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to read about your experiences.
We love hearing from you and seeing how you're applying these phrases in your own lives. Your stories inspire us.
Tomorrow, Alex faces a brand new challenge, but this time it's at work. He has to give a presentation, and he's really worried about using the right tone and sounding professional. It's going to be interesting, and full of useful phrases for the workplace.
You won't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss Alex's next adventure.
Thank you so much for listening and practicing with our podcast today. We hope you enjoyed Alex's gym story and learned some valuable English.
Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment with your favorite phrase from today's episode. It really helps us out. Before we finish, let's do a quick recap of today's main ideas and the most useful phrases we covered. Remember, is this machine free? For availability, resting between sets, for gym breaks, and work up the courage, for finding your bravery.
Pick 1 or 2 expressions and try them in real life today, even in a very short conversation. That's the best way to make them stick.
Thank you for listening today. We hope this mini story helped you practice real English in a fun and engaging way. You've been listening to SpeakCast English. Thanks for practicing with us, and see you next time on SpeakCast English.